Hopefully everyone on Teams can hear me loud and clearly. Again, my name is David. I'm your Speaker of the Senate tonight. Welcome everyone to the Senate chamber. If you're tuning in via Teams, you know the drill, hopefully. You can press the three dots in the top right-hand corner to get live captions. Of course, I would ask that the speakers in the room in the chamber, whenever you're recognized, that you speak clearly, slowly, and directly into the mic so we can have more accurate captions. And of course, one speaker at a time, please. All right, today is October 30th or 20th, sorry. I call this meeting to order at 5:36 p.m. And I'll let Secretary Schulte start off with roll call.
Senator Shiloh,
Present.
Senator Brown,
Present.
Senator McDowell,
Present.
Senator Lee,
Here.
Senator Banerjee,
Here.
Senator Castellanos,
Here.
Senator Guevara,
Here.
Senator Johnson,
Here.
Senator Mosley, Senator Sanchez Martinez, Senator Von Boris,
Here.
Senator M,
Here.
Senator Cowell,
Here.
Senator Schulte, here, Senator Quibantoro,
Here.
Senator Allen,
Present.
We have 2 absent senators. Quorum is present. All right, guys. So today we have a pretty hefty agenda. So we have, of course, executive reports, approval of minutes. We have unfinished business. So we have 2 pieces of legislation. For new business, we have consideration for the judicial branch. We have for the Advocate General and the Supreme Court. And then we have an amendment for the Senate Code of Conduct for consideration. Then we'll convene for executive session. And then, of course, at the end, when we back in open session, we'll have announcements and adjournment. We'll start off with executive reports. Hopefully, y'all got Andy's memo. Executive reports and be done a little bit differently. Hopefully, this everyone can see. This helps. Yeah, we'll start off with the intern program director. JT, go ahead.
All right, how's Senate doing? How y'all doing? Interns, say what's up, Senate. Cool. So the interns are here, and basically I did email this report out. The only thing that I want to add is that as far as the interns' passion projects, they have been filling out that form. I know we talked about that, about what are their interests, what they're doing. So in return of that, I'm asking, me and David have worked out where that same form will be sent out to Senate. So if you participate in the form, then you will get to participate with the interns. Does that make sense? Like, you're sharing what you're working on and your passion projects right now, and then they're sharing you with theirs. And then from there, I will pair you with the intern that you match with. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like whatever you're working on, they can match with you. That's what we've been asking. So that's all I have to add to my report. Like I said, again, you must fill out the form to be able to participate with the interns in that part of it. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Is there any questions for our intern program director? No? All righty. Thank you, JT. I believe now it's for Alexa's report. I'll let you take the floor, Casey.
Hello. All right. Yeah, Alexis did do the UPC event just this past week and finalize some stuff with UPC on that, hoping to go forward with any other projects. They're also still working on tabling supplies, just ordered some I don't know if y'all have been to a lot of the tabling events this year. They do have the QR codes that put in the clear thing, so we just ordered those to make tabling more accessible for people and easy for participants that show up. Faster turnover, so we're not having lines at our table trying to type in our social media or anything like that. They can just scan it and go. Anything to ask on that?
Any questions for our co-director of diversity and inclusion for Alexis? No questions. Thank you so much, Casey. Now, Zoe, you have the floor to present your report.
Hi guys. So it's not much different from what I submitted in my written report, aside from the fact I did make some progress today on the town hall event, as we've been discussing it all semester. So the November 16th date that we had, we found out the Lyceum's already been booked. So we were restricted on spaces, and we decided to go ahead and go forward with it next semester, right after we returned from the break, so mid-February. The days that I've sent out were, I think, February 15th and the 22nd, which are Tuesdays, and we're going to maintain the same time at 6:30. So right now I have about 4 out of the 6 administrative responses, and I believe we're going to lean towards the 22nd. So as we've been doing, I'll keep giving updates as we make progress on it.
All right, do we have any questions for Zoe? No question. Thank you so much, Zoe. I believe next will be for Matthew. Casey, you have the floor.
Any questions on Matthew's report?
No questions. Thank you so much, Casey. We'll have next our outreach director, Maya. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this week I've been working on the Outreach Admin Team application, and it's officially open on OrgSync now. I'm working with Matthew to get a post out on that soon. And we're doing the last resident town hall at Victory next Wednesday. If any of you guys want to join, just let me know. And it will be the last town hall. So once I have that information, I'm going to put it all into a report so you guys can take that information. I can also have David email it to you if you guys need ideas on legislation or anything. And then upcoming projects that I'm working on is a TAMS resource meeting and town hall event in collaboration with Bella Armenta, and as well as a transportation panel town hall. If any of you guys have any suggestions, ideas, or want to work with me on this, just email me at sgaoutreach@unt.edu.
All right, do we have any questions for our outreach director? No, thank you so much, Maya. Bella, our student allocations director, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'll wait for David to pull up my report. Nothing too crazy. I pretty much said everything that's been done in my report. We did hit the 18K mark for Eagle's Nest, which is really exciting. Does anyone have any questions about... Little music break. Does anyone have any questions about anything on my report, though?
Any questions for our student allocations director? No. Thank you so much, Bella. I believe now is Casey's turn to provide his report.
Sorry for the typo.
Oh, I can.
Any questions on my report, though?
Any questions for our chief of staff? No one? Awesome. Move on to Devin's portion. I believe Devin is also on the call. Devin, do you want to share anything? Devin, would you like to share anything? I believe it's off.
Can y'all hear me now? Hello? Okay. So, sorry, drove from Tarrant County and 35 traffic is awful. I think the only other thing I have to add to this is I've been asked to participate in the fall commencement ceremony, and so I'll be doing that as a mace bearer. So, yeah. My biggest thing is making sure I'm here to answer any questions you have. I know there were some stuff on the report, so if you have got any questions, I can answer those.
Do you have any questions for our president? No question. Thank you so much, Devin.
Yeah.
I'll pull up my report. We had a meeting with the Dean of the College of Science with Senator Schulte. I think it went pretty well. I just want to highlight some things on my report. 2 senators resigned. Now our membership is at 16. Senator McAdams and Senator Tabata resigned. One thing that I really want to stress is retention is a very high priority for me. I sent out a availability form to y'all, and it's also on Teams. I only have 7 responses last time I checked. Please, please, please fill that out for me. All the feedback has been really, really productive, and it's good feedback, regardless if it's positive or negative. A lot of it's really honest. We need that feedback, and I think we need to have all of us sit down to have a heart-to-heart conversation, not in a public setting. I think more of a private one, so that would really help. I'm thinking, because I know there's a lot of availability constraints, maybe that happening next week, we can move the agenda or have the meeting be shorter and use that last hour or at whatever time we end to have that conversation. I think that's definitely needed. I hope that I'm doing the best that I can to support y'all. So I just want to throw that out there as well. And we have 1 pending application. And last thing I'm going to highlight for tabling, I know a couple of y'all submit. Thank you, Senator Rachel, for sending me that notification saying, hey, I sent it. I don't get notification in OrgSync, so I would really appreciate that as well. And also, last important thing, the last meeting of this legislative session is on the 17th. Anything past that date, we're no longer in session for. So that is the deadline for everything. That's the deadline for tabling. There will be no more tabling or office hours after that date. And you have 4 weeks to make any changes. So whether it's constitution, bylaw, anything, you have that. But that is everything. Senator Johnson, go ahead.
So my Wi-Fi is being like really crappy right now, but I believe former Senator Tovar messaged us, and she says, "Is the meeting ended?" Because she checked on the meeting saying it has ended. If I read that right, it only popped up for a few brief seconds. Yeah, it says, "Hey y'all, I don't know if I'm crazy, but did the meeting end because it says it had ended?"
Where does that say?
No, not the chat, but the meeting itself.
This current one?
From my understanding, it's from the email. He's for the text.
I have not. I don't see any comments.
Ended 39 seconds. But it's still.
Yes. I don't know. But
David, the message that Grant's referring to is a message on a GroupMe chat.
The Senate unofficial group chat.
Yeah, it's not in Teams.
Yes, I thought I asked that.
Would someone like to recognize Devin to speak at all?
Senator Johnson recognizes President Skinner to speak.
Senator Shiloh seconds.
Alrighty. Devin, go ahead.
Couple of things. I did just try to get into the video. It is working. Is it possible maybe Isabella's running into issues joining an old meeting? And maybe that's why it says it. I'm not really sure. But I know I just tried to get in and I was able to, so others would be able to as well. Also on the deadline thing, super quick, legislation deadline would probably be 3 weeks away because you need a week for discussion and vote. So don't think you have 4 weeks to submit legislation unless you're going to submit an emergency status on the 4th week. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay. Any other questions?
I had a follow-up on the question.
All right, go ahead.
These reports for the heart-to-heart thing you sent us, are those anonymous or do you know who sent those?
Those are completely anonymous.
Thank you.
I know that was a concern that people brought up. I made sure on my end it's completely anonymous. This is supposed to be honest feedback, and I think it's very beneficial. So if y'all can please complete that, because that's what I'm going to show during our meeting, going over it. So I'm not going to go too much details on what has been said because I believe that's a private matter. But any other questions you'll have for me? If not, feel free to email me at sjvp@unt.edu or stop by. I know a lot of people have been stopping by. But if there's no more questions, I'm going to continue on with the agenda today. So approval of minutes. Let me get that pulled up for y'all. I know they have been distributed to you. Were there any changes? Everything good? Senator Johnson?
I just want to say, Senator Schulte, that is amazing job for your first minutes ever taken. So congratulations on that.
We're excited to have her on the team. So were there any changes? Everything good? If it is, it's passed by unanimous consent. I'll get that posted. And then we have unfinished business F 2021 R4, shortcuts to all UNT computers. Let me have that pulled up for y'all. Are there any motions? The floor is open for any motions. Senator McDowell?
I move we consider the F 2021 R4.
Senator, second.
To my understanding, what do you mean considered? Do you mean proceed with the vote?
I move we move into debate.
Got it. Is it seconded? Now we're a period of discussion debate. Senator McDowell, you have the first discussion point.
As far as I know, this is like more of a rubber stamp than anything else. So unless anyone has anything else, I think we should just vote on it.
This is just to show unanimous support from the student representative. So yes, to answer that question, yes, it is a rubber stamp in a way.
Senator McDowell?
I move to recognize Casey Jimenez.
Senator Brown seconds.
Awesome. Casey, you have the floor.
Hello. Just traditionally, resolutions are sent to people that they affect within the UNT administration. So I would put forward the suggestion that you do send this or put a resolve section to send this to someone, possibly Adam Fine, the VP of Digital Strategy and Innovation. That's where IT falls under. Just a suggestion, but yes.
I just didn't know if we needed to amend that to put that on there, or I can just send you a list later, David, and we can add it later.
I recommend that amendment be done now, since it's telling me that I have to do it, and I can send that. Senator McDowell?
I move to amend the document to include another let it be resolved paragraph that includes let it be resolved, this document be sent to the following individuals. And then the singular name on that list would be Adam Fine, comma, and I forget his title.
Someone would like to recognize Casey to speak?
I move to recognize Casey Jimenez.
Senator Cowell seconds.
It would be FEIN as the last name and VP, Vice President for Digital Strategy and Innovation. It would be FEIN as the last name.
FEIN. Awesome. Would someone like to recognize Devin to speak?
Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
I move to recognize Devin Skinner.
Senator Cowell seconds.
All right, Devin, you have the floor.
Thank you. I don't know if we're still in a period of, or if we're still like making the motion versus considering the motion, but they'll need to say let it be further resolved that since it's a second resolved clause.
Does anyone object to this amendment?
Point of information.
Yes.
Shouldn't it just be like following individual in the singular?
I can make that change. Me with grammar, not good. Okay. Anyone oppose the amendment? Rachel, sorry.
This is just me being finicky. This should not be capitalized.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, point of order. I just have one more name for the list of considerations for this to be sent to. I just remembered the name of the head IT individual for UNT.
The floor is yours.
I'd like to propose an amendment to be added onto this to where we add Elizabeth Hinkle Turner.
Can you spell their last name?
Hinkle Turner.
No, that's right.
Oh, sorry, KLE, dyslexia moment there.
K.
LE,
Do you know they have a title?
Director of IT Support. This would be the person who would be in charge of all UNT lab computers.
Okay. Any other amendments? Was there a second to this amendment? I don't think there's a second. Anyone can send again?
Senator Cowell seconds.
Awesome. Any more? Oh, Senator Banerjee.
Since we're being finicky, I move to amend the Vice President of Digital Strategies and Innovation to Vice President for Digital Strategy and Innovation, just because that's the official title. On
Is there a second?
McDowell seconds.
Okay, awesome. Would someone like to recognize Devin to speak?
Senator M recognizes President Devin to speak.
Senator Cowell seconds.
Okay, Devin, go ahead.
Since we added another name, they'll need to change to individuals plural.
Okay. Any other changes to this document? Does anyone oppose the amendments? If not, amendment passes. Awesome. All right, the floor is open to any motions.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
I move we amend in the second whereas numerous to have an O in between the R and the U.
Can you repeat that for me?
Sixth word in the second whereas clause. Numerous with an O right there. OUS, Mr. Speaker.
All right, was there a second?
Senator Mosley seconds.
Does anyone oppose this amendment? No, it passes. The amendment passes, not the resolution. Senator Cowell?
I move. Hold on. I move to amend the document as amended. Sorry, I don't know.
So all amendments have been passed. The floor is open for any motions. So Senator Johnson?
I move that we go to a period of voting to approve R4.
Senator M seconds.
Does anyone oppose? All righty. Senator Schulte, you can start roll call vote.
Senator Shiloh,
Aye.
Senator Brown,
Aye.
Senator McDowell,
Aye.
Senator Lee,
Aye.
Senator Banerjee,
Aye.
Senator Allen,
Aye.
Senator Castellanos,
Aye. Aye.
Senator Guevara,
Aye.
Senator Johnson,
Aye.
Senator Mosley,
Aye.
Senator Van Voris,
Aye.
Senator M,
Aye.
Senator Cowell,
Aye.
Senator Schulte, aye, and Senator Quibantoro.
Aye.
I believe all were in favor. So the F 2021 R4.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. There's one more senator who hasn't voted, I believe.
Lauren voted.
Sorry.
Okay. F 2021 R. Guys, let's keep talking to a minimum, please. Make sure that raise your hand if you want to speak and get recognized. Going back to it, F 2021 R4 is passed unanimously. Awesome. Let's move on to the next item on the agenda. We have F 2021 R5, the Paulina Diaz resolution. Let me get that pulled up for y'all. And I'll make sure that Devin receives this resolution for his approval or veto. Okay. Here's the resolution. I believe Senator Cowell presented an amendment. I can pull that up for y'all. And since it's already been highlighted, I appreciate that. This was the following. Let me fix the. All right, does anyone oppose this amendment? Or actually, can someone?
Senator Brown seconds the amendment.
Awesome, thank you. Does anyone oppose this amendment? No one. All right, it passes unanimously. The floor is open for any motions. Let me change this for y'all. That's one. Okay. Senator Lee, sorry.
Senator Lee moves to a period of discussion.
Is there a second?
Senator Allen seconds.
Awesome. We're now in a period of discussion. Senator Lee, you have the first discussion point.
We all like this one, right? We're all good. I think unless anyone has any points, I just think we should go to voting, but I don't know. It's up to you.
The floor is open for any. So if you feel like there's no need for a discussion, you can go straight to voting. But Senator Brown?
I would quit hitting the drop down button and just select the actual, because it's already pre-selected to have no highlight. Just hit the button.
Awesome. No, I was just trying to clear the formatting. I was doing no color, it didn't work. Senator Mosley?
I would like to move to a period of amendment.
Amendment?
Yes.
What would you like to amend?
The last one where it says Jonay Woodard, Vice capitalized P President. Vice, yes, thank you.
Senator M seconds.
Senator M seconds. Anyone oppose the amendment? All right, amendment passes. The floor is open for any other motion. Senator Johnson?
I move that we go to a period of voting.
Is there a second?
Senator Cowell seconds.
Awesome. In a period of voting. Let me get the PowerPoint pulled up.
Just for the record, who seconded Senator Mosley's amendment? Thank you.
Senator M, awesome. All All right, Senator Schulte, you have the floor. Guys, let's keep the talking to the minimum, please.
Senator Shiloh.
Aye.
Senator Brown.
Aye.
Senator McDowell.
Aye.
Senator Lee.
Aye.
Senator Banerjee.
Aye.
Senator Allen.
Aye.
Senator Guevara.
Aye.
Senator Castellanos.
Aye.
Senator Johnson.
Aye.
Senator Mosley.
Aye.
Senator Van Boris.
Aye.
Senator M.
Aye.
Senator Cowell.
Aye.
Senator Schulte. Aye. Senator Queven-Toro.
Aye.
I believe all were in favor, so F 2021 R5 passes unanimously. And this will be sent to Devin for his approval or veto. All right, now we're going to enter new business. So we have consideration for the Advocate General appointment. So if Jake Ford is present in the room, you can come to the front. So just a reminder for everyone, these are now, we're entering judicial appointments. So they work just like Senate appointments. The only difference is we're now going to start filling our judicial branch. Would someone like to recognize Devin to speak?
Senator Johnson recognizes President Skinner to speak.
Is there a second?
Senator Cowell seconds.
Devin, you have the floor.
So just FYI, I don't know if y'all remember this when, at least the summer senators, when we did the executive officers, but anytime that we have an appointment like this that's not Senate related, we'll have a disclosure. To the best of my knowledge, there aren't any existing affiliations or connections with Jake Ford. As I'm sure Jake will mention, he was in the, or they were in the position last year. But there wasn't any kind of close connection between any member of anyone who was a part of the nomination process and the candidate in this case.
All right, we're going to begin. Jake, the floor is all yours to give your little spiel on why you should become our
Point of
Advocate
order,
General.
Mr. Speaker. Can we give a little background of what the Advocate General does before we appoint?
I sure can. I believe you can find this in the Constitution, if I'm not mistaken. All right, I believe it's in Article 6, the Judicial Branch, Section 4, the Advocate General. The Advocate General shall be appointed by the student body president to serve a term coinciding with the fall, spring, and summer semesters of one academic year. The Advocate General will advise the SGA in legal matters and represent the association in judicial proceedings before the Supreme Court. The Advocate General must be in good standing with the university. All righty. Jake, you have the floor. Floor is all yours.
Great, thank you so much. Hi everyone, so I'm Jake Ford. Is this on? Is that better? Wonderful. So my name is Jake Ford. I use any pronouns. I'm a senior here. This is my last semester. I'm a journalism major. So I'd like to be reappointed for this position as Student Advocate General because I'd like to continue to serve the student body for as long as I can. There's a few reasons why I believe I would make a good fit for the position. Starting off with my vested legal interest and knowledge, I also have technical experience and communication skills, and of course I'm familiar with the position from last year. So circling back, I'm a legal studies minor here through the College of Business. We've touched on a lot of different topics, real property, landlord, tenant law, criminal, you name it, we probably covered something. So I have some stuff going on in my head that might be a little useful one day. Also, like I mentioned, I have a vested legal interest. I just took my LSAT. I'm about to go to law school. I have a real passion for advocating for other people, which is why I'm here. carrying on, I have a technical communication experience through a few different ways. Like I said, I'm a journalism major here, so my concentration is public relations. I'm really big on communicating on behalf of brands and organizations. Right now, I work for a local organization and I run their social media. They have like 5,000 Instagram followers. So communicating on mass platforms isn't something I'm unfamiliar with. I also have done a lot of writing work through the School of Journalism here, and I've assisted in writing a academic textbook, which involved a lot of different design elements and writing formalities. So technical communication is an area that I excel in also that I think would serve me well. And then lastly, I have familiarity with the position. As briefly discussed, we didn't really get to do everything that I wanted to do during my term just because of COVID. And I think I'd like another more hands-on go. That's all.
All right, thank you, Jake. The floor is open for any motions. Senator Brown,
Senator Brown would like to move to a period of questioning.
is there a second?
Senator Allen seconds.
Alrighty, you have the first question.
You mentioned this is your last semester at the university. Does that mean you will not be back for the spring semester?
That's right.
Okay.
Is there any other questions? Any other motions? Rose, go ahead. Does someone have a mic? We can give to Rose.
Hi, thank you for coming today. What organization did you run the social media accounts for?
The local organization, it's Vortman's. I still run their social media.
Wortman's, you said? Okay, thank you.
Senator Johnson.
What law school do you plan on attending?
I've got a few different options right now, but ideally New York Law School.
NYU?
No, they're separate.
Thank you.
Any other questions or any other motions on the floor? Senator McDowell.
How familiar are you with the Constitution and bylaws?
I'm relatively familiar. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of hands-on experience with the position, but I have read through the bylaws repeatedly, just in case something were to come up that I did need to help with. So I've read them. I'd say fairly familiar.
Follow-up question, Mr. Speaker.
Go ahead.
And to sort of add on to that, how familiar are you with the Senate Code of Conduct?
Relatively the same amount of familiarity.
Thank you.
All right. Senator M.
Said last year you were able to do what you wanted to do. So what is it like you want to do this year?
I don't have very many beat out goals for what I want to do aside from take a more tangible effort in helping advocate for students at the university. Basically, I didn't get to do very much of anything at all and kind of sat on my thumbs. I just like to do something helpful.
Any other questions or motions on the floor? Senator McDowell.
Do you believe you could stay impartial during proceedings against an individual who you know?
Yeah, most certainly.
All right. Senator Johnson.
I move that we go to a period of voting on this nomination.
Is there a second?
McDowell seconds.
All right. Does anyone oppose? All right. We can do roll call. Senator Schulte.
Senator Shiloh.
Aye.
Senator Brown.
Aye.
Senator McDowell.
Aye.
Senator Lee. Aye. Senator Allen.
Aye.
Senator Banerjee.
Aye.
Senator Castellanos.
Aye.
Senator Guevara.
Aye.
Senator Johnson.
Aye.
Senator Mosley.
Aye.
Senator Van Voris.
Aye.
Senator M.
Aye.
Senator Cowell.
Aye.
Senator Schulte. Aye. Senator Quibantoro.
Aye.
I believe all votes were in the affirmative. Congratulations, Jake. You're our new Advocate General for the SGA.
Thank you all so much.
Alrighty. Next up, we have considerations for the Supreme Court. We have Kristian Enbysk. The correct pronouns, sorry. And just in case, I'm going to pull up the description for the Supreme Court, just in case. I believe it's in Article 6, Section 2. The Supreme Court shall consist of 7 justices appointed from the student body by the student body president who have attained junior status and are in good standing with the university. The Supreme Court will elect their I haven't talked today, I'm sorry. The Supreme Court will elect from their number a Chief Justice to preside over all judicial proceedings and administer the business of the judicial branch. Justices must be in good standing with the university. Supreme Court justices shall not perform work or action that are not strictly within the parameters of their duties as defined in this article. And of course talks about the terms, and there's more questions on that. Kristian, the floor is all yours.
Okay.
Yes.
There's the president.
Would someone like to recognize Devin to speak?
I move to recognize the president.
Is there a second?
Said around seconds.
All right. Devin, you have the floor.
So I'm going to be doing these disclosures before the candidates speak. So with Kristian, there's a few things. So Kristian Enbysk is in the Hispanic Student Association, which is a member organization of the Latinx Hispanic Student Union. For those that don't know, David Muñoz-Sarabia is the chief of staff of the Latinx Hispanic Student Union. So there is that connection. Also, I did interact with Kristian briefly throughout the last year as he was an intern, and also worked closely with Grant, who worked closely with me on legislation. So there was some interaction there, but not probably a lot. So those are the only 2 things that I can think of in terms of the people who have been involved in the nominating process with this candidate.
All right, awesome. Sorry about that, Kristian. You have the floor now.
All right, thank you. So my name is Kristian Enbysk. I go by he, him pronouns. I am a history major here. This is my 2nd year at the University of North Texas. I transferred in from community college, Grayson College, and I think I'll be a good fit because I really want to continue serving the student body. I've had experiences in community college. SGA has been in my life for about 3 years. It started in community college when I served as vice president for those 2 years, and then also the coalition, a coalition similar to the one that this SGA is now looking to. Community colleges actually have their own coalition already, and I served as regional vice president for the Region 2, which includes all the Dallas County community colleges and Denton, and also Grayson and Tarrant. So you could say I have a lot of experience in SGA, and I just want to continue. And the reason why I want to do Supreme Court is because I just want to branch out and do something that I haven't done yet. So I've been in David's shoes before, and I've done legislation and actually overhauled the whole student government program at Grayson College with new constitution and bylaws. So I have a lot of experience in drafting legislation and documents. So I just really want to help out the best I can with my experiences and my knowledge to the best of my abilities. So yeah, I'm a part of HSA here. I'm the sports coordinator, and yeah, so that's my spiel.
All right, thank you, Kristian. Senator Johnson.
I move that we go to a period of questioning.
Is there a second?
McDowell seconds.
All right. Senator Johnson, you have the first question.
So obviously, as President Skinner brought up, that you have multiple personal work, whether it be personal working relationships with members from the executive, from the highest executive to David to us. And if a precedent did come up to where a case came before you, do you think you could be unbiased and rule in favor of, I guess, what is to be fair?
So that's a great question. Thank you, Senator. So as everybody knows, we all have biases. So that's natural. So I will, I don't like doing hypotheticals because that situation could come up and then you could know. So I look at to the best of my ability that I will, no bias intended or be respectful of everything and look at what's actually going on.
Alrighty, Senator Johnson.
And this is a good question. Have you read the Constitution and bylaws?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Senator Quiben-Toro.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If a conflict of interest ever came up in a case, do you believe it would ever be appropriate for you to recuse yourself from the case?
Yes. So if there's anything that I feel that I'm like I can't decide on this properly or respectfully, then I will recuse myself in any of that cases.
Follow up, Mr. Speaker.
Go ahead.
What would that threshold be for you to decide to recuse yourself?
I don't like doing hypotheticals, like I stated, because that situation can come up, and then so I don't like hypotheticals. That's my answer.
Any other questions, Senator McDowell?
Hypothetically, what do you see yourself doing in the position of justice?
Just continuing serving the student body, like I said, and any help I can provide to cases that come up and decisions that need to be made in the appropriate ways. So,
Senator Johnson.
Senator Johnson moves that we go to a period of voting on this appointment.
Is there a second?
Senator Cowell seconds.
Awesome. Does anyone oppose? Nope. Alrighty. Let's go to roll call voting. Senator Schulte, take it away.
Senator Shiloh.
I abstain as I was not in the room for half of the presentation.
Senator Brown.
Aye.
Senator McDowell.
Aye.
Senator Lee. Aye. Senator Allen. Aye. Senator Banerjee.
Aye.
Senator Castellanos.
Aye.
Senator Guevara.
Aye.
Senator Johnson.
Aye.
Senator Mosley.
Aye.
Senator Von Boris.
Aye.
Senator M.
Aye.
Senator Cowell.
Aye.
Senator Schulte. Aye. And Senator Quiben-Toro.
Aye.
I believe there was one abstention. Congratulations, Kristian. You are our first justice appointed to the Supreme Court and confirmed. All right. Next, we have Natalie. Would someone like to recognize Devin to speak?
Senator Brown recognizes President Skinner.
McDowell seconds.
Awesome. Devin, you have the floor.
To the best of my knowledge, there's no existing connection or affiliation with the candidate. There's no conflict of interest.
Awesome. Natalie, welcome. The floor is all yours.
Before I start, I actually have to say that I did work under Alexis Hawkins. That would be the only conflict of interest.
Thank you so much for being transparent.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So my name is Natalie Nava. I am currently a senior here at University of North Texas, and I'm majoring in geography. I'm getting a minor in communication studies, and I also currently obtain a legal studies certificate. So when I first came in as a freshman, the fall of 2019, I was pretty interested in SGA. I knew that I wanted to go to law school after here, and I do plan on attending 2023, the fall of 2023. From there, I decided that I wanted to be in SGA that spring 2020. However, as we all know, we went into quarantine, and from there, I kind of shut myself out of it. I was not involved in SGA until the spring of 2021. However, before that, there was a pivotal moment where I knew that I really wanted to be a big part of SGA. One night I was invited, my friends and I were invited to a fraternity. And later that night, I saw a girl on the floor who was passed out and intoxicated, who was saying that things had been done to her. We got her home safe, and we eventually went home safe. And I think from there, I knew that I wanted to support and be a part of the people who made decisions, the group of people who made decisions over disputes to bring justice to others. So from spring 2021, I was a relations coordinator. I worked under Datavius and Alexis. And then when I loved it and I wanted to go further in it, I knew that maybe student relations coordinator wasn't for me. I wanted to really be a part of the Supreme Court. So then when this opportunity arose this fall, I hopped on it, and I think that I read the Constitution, and I know that, you know, the Supreme Court is really, really big on neutrality, and I just think that I am that person. Of course, you know, it's natural to have bias and it's natural to have emotions, but I think that I read the law for what it is, and I think that I can represent the undergraduate body, represent the undergraduate body and make decisions on behalf of them, as I wouldn't say blatantly, but as unbiased as possible. And so I just would really love this opportunity, and I would be honored to be a part of the Supreme Court. Thank you for your consideration.
Alrighty. Senator Johnson.
Senator Johnson moves that we go to a period of questioning.
Senator Mosley seconds.
All right. Senator Johnson, you have the first question.
So first things first, I am so sorry that you were put in that position where you and the other female student, deplorable as may be, so my heart goes out to you. I'm very sorry about that. My question is to you, with this passion behind speaking and advocating for others, do you believe that you can fill that role as best as can be when something as small as or vague of the terms of the responsibilities of the justice are to match your passions and stuff like that?
I do think that I can do that. I think that, are you saying in regards to putting my emotions aside? And
No, absolutely not. I'm saying you're very passionate about advocating for people, as well as saying that you also believe in the originalism of the law. My question is, do you think the Supreme Court justice could match that passion behind it?
I do think so.
Thank you.
Senator Quiventura.
Thank you. You stated that you wanted to help resolve disputes within the student body, and that's why you're applying for this position. My question to you is, what is your understanding as to the extent of the jurisdiction that the SGA Supreme Court has over disputes?
So I know that we have a couple binding jurisdictions over elections, student senate actions. I know that we have jurisdiction over matters and disputes that happen in SGA, and over non-binding disputes over things that happen with students and with club organizations. So that is, to the best of my knowledge, that we have jurisdiction in.
All right, Senator McDowell.
So something that has been brought up is the idea that perhaps the Supreme Court could be more outgoing in its efforts and more inclined to hear disputes from outside of the SGA in a sort of mediating setting. Is that something you would be able to do? Is that something you'd be interested in?
Absolutely, I would be interested regardless of the dispute. I'm here to represent the undergraduate body.
Any other questions? Senator Johnson.
Senator Johnson moves that we go to a period of voting on this Supreme Court nomination.
Is there a second?
McDowell seconds.
Awesome. This slipped me, but we're supposed to go into a period, or it's supposed to be closed voting, so the candidate would have to step outside of the chamber. I do apologize for not doing it for the other two. That was my fault. But if you wouldn't mind, Natalie, stepping out of the chamber. I don't know if you have any belongings with you. You can hang out outside or be near the syndicate, and we'll have Senator Banerjee, our Speaker pro tempore, let you know what the Senate decided on.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's completely on me. We'll begin. All right, Senator Schulte, you can begin roll call voting.
Senator Shiloh.
Aye.
Senator Brown.
Aye.
Senator McDowell.
Aye.
Senator Lee. Aye. Senator Allen.
Aye.
Senator Banerjee.
Aye.
Senator Castellanos.
Aye.
Senator Guevara.
Aye.
Senator Johnson.
Aye.
Senator Mosley.
Aye.
Senator Bamboris.
I'm so sorry. Aye.
You're good. Thank you. Senator M.
Aye.
Senator Cowell.
Aye.
Senator Schulte. Aye. Senator Quibantoro.
Aye.
I believe all votes were in the affirmative. Natalie is appointed to the Supreme Court. Senator Banerjee, if you can let our justice know that she's on the court, that'd be amazing. I just want to make this announcement before we move forward. Guys, let's keep the side talking. This is my last warning. Next time, I will have you removed from the chamber. I think we're going through nominations is disrespectful. And if you have something to say about what you're talking about with someone else, you want to share it with the rest of the Senate, feel free to do so. But I think this is more important. Alrighty, so we have a amendment to the Code of Conduct for the Senate. I introduced this. I can quickly read it. Whereas the Student Senate is comprised of 45 representatives from each college. Whereas SGA Bylaws Article 1, Section 6 requires student signatures, which are student names and ID numbers, to represent a college, school, or academy to be appointed to the Senate. Whereas senators providing their signature for a candidate attempting appointment to the Senate represents a conflict of interest. Therefore, with the consent of the Senate, it is ordered that the following be changed, or changes be made to the Senate Code of Conduct. So it will be under Article 2, Expectations. So we're adding a new section, Senate Appointments. And it reads as follows. No senator shall provide their signature, name and student ID number for a candidate attempting appointment to the Student Senate through the collection of signatures. Senators shall disclose any current or past affiliation or connection to a candidate being considered for appointment to the Student Senate. The subsection says the disclosure of affiliation and connection shall be done through a verbal statement before the candidate is given the floor to speak on their appointment, and that is recommended that a senator meeting the above criteria abstain from a vote of confirmation for the candidate in question. Respectfully submitted, David Muñoz-Sarabia, UNT SGA Vice President. The floor is open for any motions. Senator Johnson.
Senator Johnson moves that we go to a period of discussion.
Is there a second?
Senator Allen seconds.
All right, we're in a period of discussion. Senator Johnson, you have the first discussion point.
Do we not have another Supreme Court appointment for Julian Yanas?
Can someone recognize Devin to speak?
Senator Johnson recognizes President Skinner to speak.
Senator Lee seconds.
Awesome.
I believe it may still be on the agenda. Very recently, the candidate informed me that they would no longer be able to pursue the position due to recent developments with their professional career. And so, unfortunately, we won't be able to continue with the vote on that confirmation.
I've been very off today. I'm sorry. But that was my bad for not letting you all know. That is on me. But I believe it has been moved and seconded that we're in a period of discussion. Senator Johnson, you have the first discussion point.
So I understand that the point of disclosing information. I think a lot of senators have already done that in terms of saying, "Oh, I know this appointee," like Senator Rachel Lee, and I believe it was Luke, who for Senator Lauren in her appointment says, "Oh, we know them and we're abstaining." So I think that is an overall thing that is worthwhile. My problem is with Section 7, subsection A, if I pronounce that order correctly, the no senator shall provide their signature. I think that is counterproductive of the overall Senate of what we should do on the grounds that, and this is just from my personal standpoint, my situation. The first time I ever tried to do Senate, I tried to get appointed and failed. But it meant a lot to me because I met with the senator who helped me find out what I needed to do to get involved in SGA. That's what kind of started me on the path to become a senator. So with that said, it meant they gave me their signature and ID to be, that was my first ever signature I got. And we talked about the ideas and progressive ideas that we had here. I'm afraid that this will hurt the reputation of the SJ as it's already being hurt for being non-inclusive, toxic. That's everyone I ask, my constituents, my friends, whatever, they say that it is, that is their reputation right now.
Senator Schulte.
I think you're thinking a little bit too much into this one. I think it's fine that senators can't provide their name and ID number. Like you said, it does make a difference to know oh, I have this senator supporting me and helping me, and it's not that we can't do that, but we're just not going to sign on their little thing, and that would be being affiliated, so you'd have to abstain anyways, so you might as well just automatically abstain instead of having to announce I'm going to abstain. So I think it just makes the process way easier.
I'm going to do Senator Lee.
I agree with Senator Schulte. Again, me and Senator M both signed Senator Allen's thing originally, and then through the process, they had to redo and get new signatures because we were not made aware, or I personally was not aware of that before. But I understand because I do believe it is a conflict of interest, and I understand Grant's point of, going through the appointment process, you get a lot of networking, but I believe that you can do networking without having them sign. You can still get those opportunities, and I think it's more beneficial because then you're actually having a true professional connection rather than, oh, I think we're all chummy, we're friends. That's why I'm signing yours.
Senator Cowell.
Yeah, I think what this would be doing is taking away a possible element of favoritism and privilege. Somebody who's, knows people in SGA and then has their name and signature for their thing. I don't know. It kind of seems like they have a better chance than somebody who is just going in blind because they have a passion for their college. So I think we all agree that Clause B makes a lot of sense, and I don't think it wouldn't make sense to have Clause B without Clause A.
Okay. We are bringing points. We're repeating points. So I do ask that if a point has been said, don't repeat it again. Would someone like to recognize Devin to speak?
Senator Brown moves to recognize President Skinner.
Is there a second?
Senator Schulte seconds.
Awesome. Devin, you have the floor.
I'm going to avoid speaking to the substance of this. I believe it's between the Senate and the Speaker. I do have a couple of, I suppose, some minor things. If y'all do proceed to a vote on this, I would recommend an amendment to change academy to academy, and then get rid of the first B in the consent of the Senate as ordered. Just a couple of grammatical things, and also I just want to remind everyone that this isn't legislation. This could be voted on by unanimous consent. It could also be roll call. Just wanted to let y'all know this doesn't have the typical constraints of legislation that are prescribed in the bylaws and Constitution. This is a separate matter entirely. Just wanted to throw that out there.
And Andy, I don't know if you can clarify. Can I talk during this period of discussion or no? Because I'm the presiding officer. I don't want to
It's preferred that you do not offer any discussion points.
Okay. If you have questions about this amendment, I do recommend the Senate go to a period of questioning on it. But again, Senate wishes. Senator McDowell.
We're still in a period of discussion, right?
Yes, I was just making a suggestion.
So I think I'd have to disagree. I think both subsections can stand on their own. And I don't know, in theory, subsection A is a good idea. In practice, I'm wondering if it's going to provide just another hurdle for candidates to jump. I don't think candidates need any more hurdles to jump. I think we should be getting anyone who wants to participate in here. That's my opinion. I think subsection B definitely needs to stay. It is a possibility that we could refer this to committee. That's what I might do. But yeah, thank you.
Senator Brown.
I feel like that requiring an abstinence vote is a bit.
Believe it's recommending.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, Senator Quibantero.
It seems to me, in my personal opinion, I believe that subsection B, point A, is the only one that's required. I understand the points that senators are making about favoritism, but when the prospective nominee is on the floor, they're being questioned, they're being challenged, I think that itself should be sufficient enough to get rid of the advantage that any favoritism might have had in bringing them to the floor of the Senate. Because if they're truly incapable, then that's going to express itself through the period of questioning. If they're not able to fulfill their roles, that's going to come out whenever we actually vote on the nominee. And so that's my thoughts.
Senator Johnson.
So I think we all agree that subsection B is worthwhile and it maybe should be put into writing. I think we move to go to a period of amendment and strike A and keep B. If I'm reading that right, subsection B. Are we going what's the subsection of the subsection? What is that called?
Are you referring to subsection B, item A? So the uppercase is subsection, the
Yeah.
lowercase is item.
Okay, then which one are we talking about? Subsection or the item of subsection B?
So uppercase?
No, I know which one. I know that, but I mean, like, which one are we on now discussing that Senator Ted brought up?
Senator, do you mind repeating what section you refer or sub item?
I was referring to item A of subsection B.
Thank you. Then I withdraw my raised concern.
I highly recommend the Senate goes to a period of questioning because I feel like there's a lot of assumptions being made. And as the author, I do not want to persuade the Senate in any way. That's your right. This is y'all considering a change to the amendment, but I believe I can provide more insight on things through a period of questioning. Senator Johnson.
I move that we table this until after our heart-to-heart conversation, whether this is something that we need to discuss then.
Is there a second?
Senator Mosley, second.
Does anyone oppose?
I
Senator
object.
Charlo objects.
Okay, let's do by a
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I'd ask that the motion is refined to define the time to which it's to be tabled.
So when, just to clarify what that means is to a next Senate meeting. He's asking the motion be amended to provide a more accurate sense. So being considered next week, the week after that. So Senator Johnson.
Then I move that we table this piece of legislation until next meeting, Senate meeting.
Senator Lee objects.
Okay. Well, there is no second.
Senator Mosley, seconds.
Well, there is an objection, so let's stop. So I think the first thing at hand was to table this. So let's do a vote by hands. Let's all those in favor that wants to table this, raise your hand. That is 5. Anyone that opposes? All right, I believe that it's in the negative. It's not tabled. So there's Senator Lee.
I move that we refer it to the Senate Internal Committee. Is it?
Is there a second?
McDowell seconds.
Does anyone oppose being referred to the?
Senator Cowell opposes.
All right,
For
so
information,
yes.
if it was referred, would it still be tabled or would it like not be tabled?
So when it means to be referred, it's going to be bounded by the committee. The committee can change this and bring it back to the Senate. So they can make the committee, so the Senate Internal Committee can make any changes to this and bring it back. But yes, it would mean it would technically be tabled, but or actually would not be considered until it's brought back. Is that correct?
Yeah, so basically what's going to happen is you're basically saying, hey, Senate Internal Committee, can you do some research on this? Can you look into this, amend it how you see fit, and then provide recommendations to the Senate when that deliberation is done?
Going back to this, because I believe it was objected. Let's do a vote by raise of hands. Voting aye is voting in favor for this amendment to be referred to the Senate Internal Committee. All those in favor it being referred? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. Keep your hands up. I want to make sure I'm counting right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyone that opposes? I believe is 8. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Sophia. Did you vote? I'm sorry. I believe. Sophia, can you hear us? Just to make sure I get everyone. Okay, I'm gonna say that's an abstention. So I believe it is referred.
Point of information.
Yes.
Is it possible we could like I say approve of section B and then refer section A for later on? Like I say, amend section B now and then have section A be referred.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. It was already, from my understanding, it was already referred back to the committee as a whole. Correct? Am I like right? I mean, I like that idea.
That is correct. However, y'all can vote to bring it back. That I believe that's correct. Y'all can make that decision. But here's, before we move on to anything, it's being referred to the committee. We can bring our concerns to the committee when the committee meets. We can talk to members of those committees to bring a perspective. And it can be brought back to the Senate. And we still have more questions and deliberations to have, we can do that then. But I think we have other items on the agenda that we need to take care of. That is just my recommendation, but the floor is open to any motions. Senator Lee.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize President Skinner if he still had something he wanted to say. He had his hand up earlier.
Does someone second that?
Senator Guevara, second.
Devin, you have the floor.
Yeah, I was just, it was going to be before the vote. I was just going to make sure y'all understood the committee also has the right to kill the legislation by itself.
Correction amendment. It's not a legislation.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Any like legislation, anything referred to it, they can kill it. I was going to make sure that that was stated. That's on the, if y'all, I understand this isn't legislation, but if you look at the legislation template, it has like a step-by-step on the back, and it actually goes through some of the committee process. Since we're starting to see a lot more committee referrals this year than previous years, it might be good to check that out just to get an idea of what that process looks like. But that's all I wanted to say.
Okie dokie. So any other motions on this? Senator Johnson?
I move that we continue on with the agenda.
So
Senator Mosey seconds.
Okay.
Point of information.
Yes.
David, when this is either brought to committee or next time it may appear at a Senate meeting, will we be able to ask you questions and you can speak as the author about the document?
Yes, if y'all move to a period of questioning. I believe the Senate did not decide to do that this time. Y'all went straight to discussion. So, and I recommended it multiple times, but y'all decided not to do that.
Point of information.
Yes,
We can still email you about the document after this.
that is correct. You can email me questions. We can talk about it. But I believe now it's been referred to a committee and we need to move on to the next item on the agenda. Awesome.
Point of information.
Yes.
If the committee does indeed kill this piece of, or this amendment, will we be able to like bring it up again at a later time, or is it once it's dead, it's dead?
I believe you can. Senator McDowell.
Yes, you definitely can. And also, I'm the chair of this internal committee, and I want to promise to you guys that whatever the committee decides on this, I'll make an announcement after it's been decided. So I will make sure the Senate knows.
All righty. We're moving to our next item on the agenda. And I believe is without objection to the call of the chair, I move to go to executive session to discuss personnel matters. Is there a second?
Senator Mosley seconds.
Does anyone object? All right. What this means at this time, members of the audience, executive branch members, except for Bella, at this time, we're requesting you to leave the Senate meeting. We are convening in a closed meeting. I do thank you. We will resume shortly soon on Teams. The audio will be killed. Sophia will go into a different call together so we can have a separate recording of the matter. But at this time, any guest members of the executive branch that's not Bella, since she's a delegate for Eagles Nest, at this time would have to step out of the meeting. We'll resume hopefully soon. Senator Shiloh.
Point of information, do the new appointments stay?
Yes, I believe interns are allowed to stay. So I want to make that very clear. Any guests, including judicial branch appointees, would, to my understanding, would have to step out as well. So Natalie, I believe you would have to step out unless the Senate wanted you in here. But I believe I recommend not to, since there might be a potential for an appeal to the Supreme Court. But you would have to step out since we're going to be in a closed meeting.
Hey, David, where can I find the new link?
I will call you directly. Just give me 1 second.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna kill the Sophia, I'm gonna kill the audio and stuff here just for the meeting, for the recording, but I will call you separately on a different line. Welcome back. We're now in an open session. Senator Brown.
Senator Brown moves to approve the document as read.
To approve what document?
The referral document as read.
Is there a second?
Senator Lee seconds.
Does anyone object? All right, let's do by raise of hands. All those in favor, raise your hands to approve the Senate Code of Conduct referral as distributed to y'all. All right, we can do that. Is there a second to that? A second from, all right, we can do roll call vote. Let me get. Senator Schulte.
Point information.
Yes.
Can we object to roll call vote?
Yes, you can.
Well, Senator Mosley objects to roll call vote.
All right, let's do a vote of hands because we want to object to a roll call vote. All those in favor of doing a roll call vote, raise your hand. So you want to do roll call vote. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All those in favor of oppose. Did I say in favor first and now you're opposed?
Point of
Oppose.
information.
Yes.
Would an objection to a roll call vote just be a vote by raise of hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's 100% accurate. So who does not want to vote by roll call? Raise your hand. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. So let's do roll call vote because this is taking too much time. Senator Schulte, please start roll call vote.
Senator Shiloh.
Aye. Aye.
The roll call vote is to approve the Senate Code of Conduct referral as distributed to y'all.
So point of information, does that mean Mosley's objection for the roll call vote because we couldn't decide on how to vote on the voting for the referral?
Yeah.
Does that just mean we're just striking that and not doing it, or do we need to talk about that?
I'm gonna rule to go to a roll call vote.
Cool, thank you.
And if you disagree, you can appeal. So we're gonna do a roll call vote.
Point of order, cross, please.
Y'all, we spent an hour and I think it's very disrespectful to start laughing and being immature and unprofessional about this. We've spent almost 3 hours in here deliberating something under executive session, and it's just, I have to repeat myself. Please, this is my last time. Let's be more respectful. Let's be more professional about things, and I don't want to raise my voice ever again. Does that make sense? So let's finish the roll call vote and move on to the next item agenda or move to adjournment. Yes, point of information made from the Senator Banerjee.
So we're moving to vote on the referral exactly as it reads. Okay. Okay, the change is made regardless of any contact with any other individuals.
Anything that was discussed under executive session cannot be discussed. We're making a vote on the referral with the changes that have been made. As y'all seen already, y'all read it. So we're gonna do a roll call vote on that to approve it. Senator Schulte, please begin roll call voting.
Senator Shiloh.
Aye.
Senator Brown.
Aye.
Senator McDowell.
No.
Senator Lee.
Aye.
Senator Allen.
Aye.
Senator Banerjee.
No.
Senator. Yes. Senator Guevara.
No.
Senator Mosley.
Aye.
Senator M.
Aye.
Point of information, are we still, because I didn't get called.
Yes,
Okay, thank
sorry.
you.
We're redoing it. My spreadsheet is incorrect. Senator Shiloh.
Aye.
Senator Brown.
Aye.
Senator McDowell.
No.
Senator Lee.
Aye.
Senator Allen.
Aye.
Senator Banerjee.
No.
Senator Castellanos. He left. Okay. Senator Guevara.
No.
Senator Johnson.
No.
Senator Mosley.
A.
Senator M.
Aye.
Senator Cowell.
Abstain.
Senator Schulte. Aye. Senator Quibantoro.
Aye.
Point of information.
Give me 1 second. I need
Yes.
to. So it's an 8-8. If it's, oh my lord.
Point of information, doesn't that mean the speaker would preside and rule in favor of either or?
Let's hold on that. Keep that in mind. I believe if there's 8 votes in the affirmative, and there's 8 votes, including because it's an absolute 2/3. I believe it would fail because there is not an absolute 2/3. So because senators left, I just need to get the accurate vote so I can make the official ruling on that. It was an 8 in the affirmative, 8 including no's and abstinence. The referral fails. Alrighty. If no one, since we have no more business and nothing else to discuss, the meeting is adjourned at 8:38 p.m. And I'm going to stop the recording.
I just want to shout out those who stayed with us who are not actually senators, such as the intern and the